Stéphane Gassion is the Global Vice President of Telco and Mobility Solutions at SAP. And Stéphane is here with us in Dallas at the TAA 2015 Network of the Future Conference. Hello.
Hi, Deborah.
Stéphane, many in the tech industry are familiar with SAP, but may not know about the relationships with telcos. Can you elaborate on how SAP works with telcos?
Yes, so I would describe SAP's presence in telco or in the telco ecosystem as pretty large. We have hundreds of operators running our solutions across a number of domains, the traditional domains, HR, procurement, finance, that you would associate to SAP, but also very specific vertical domains like omni-channel commerce or supply chain or device management. So that's one side. We're doing this with about 500 plus operators in the world. We're also pretty close to network equipment providers like the Ericssons, Alcatel-Lucents, etc. of the world. And we're working more and more with them. And a lot of them embed our solutions inside some of their offerings. So that gives us also an interesting presence. And finally, on the edge, we're doing a lot of work with device manufacturers, the largest in the world. So I will not name names, but they're easy to pick. And they rely very often on SAP to do a number of their core, to support their core business processes. So I would describe our presence as quite wide and well represented across the ecosystem.
Two major challenges telcos face are market saturation, which leads to battle for customers, and declining ARPU, which leads to a focus on operational efficiency. How do you help carriers meet those challenges?
Yes, so those are challenges that we see very clearly. And when you look at a market like North America particularly, which is kind of the core focus of TIA, the market is saturated, right? You could describe the situation as a zero-sum game. To gain a new customer, you need to steal this customer from somewhere, right? The market is at close to 100% saturation level. So in order to do that, you need to understand really well which customers you want to target, which customers you want to keep, which customers you're fine to let go and churn, let them churn. And to do that, you need the right solutions. So we have a comprehensive set of solutions to support what the relationship between operators and their customers to enhance the understanding of and fine-grained understanding of the customer segments. Operators will need to refine their understanding of who these customers are, understand who they want to keep, who they accept can churn, and to do this, they will need the right solutions. At SAP, we have a comprehensive set of solutions to support that customer engagement, that ability to understand the relationship and nurture the relationship with customers on one hand. On the other, we call this omni-channel commerce. On the other hand, we also invested quite a bit in our capacity to help operators predict the propensity of customers to do a number of things. Is this customer going to, is the propensity of this customer to consume more higher or lower? Is this customer likely to churn? Is this customer likely to recommend? And these are critical things when you play in that zero-sum game customers and kind of keep them, right? So that's the first part of your question. The second part is the flattening ARPU and the need to focus on operational excellence. Yes, that is clearly a case. There is a flattening of the revenue for operators across all their lines of business, and as a result, they need to, as their top line flattens, they need to manage that bottom line, and it is in our heritage to support business processes and to offer solutions for business processes to be run as effectively as possible. So that's clearly in our DNA. And what we're seeing more and more with operators is the need and the interest in evolving towards hybrid models where they can incorporate cloud solutions more and more in the way they run their businesses. So that can be around HR processes, that can be around procurement processes. The largest operators in the US rely on SAP to do a number of these things so that they can continue to be effective while lowering their cost of operations and staying operationally very effective.
With the ever-evolving ecosystem, you're seeing opportunities for telcos to create new revenue streams with digital business services such as IoT, cloud services, and managed mobility. Tell us more about that.
Yes, so as we said earlier, in response to the previous question, there's clearly a flattening of the revenue that we're seeing across most mature markets. And in order to offset this or to combat that flattening, it's clear that operators need to find new sources of revenue. And the exciting thing about the digital life is that there is all sorts of new opportunities available to operators to drive and create new sources of revenue. The Internet of Things is a great example. And we believe that this domain should lend itself very well to the creation of new revenue for operators in a number of domains. We believe that SAP is particularly well positioned in that domain, in the sense that Internet of Things will enable operators to connect differently with business customers and individual customers who will carry devices or equipments that are always on. And to do so, you will need, and operators will need help in connecting with specific industries, right? It could be automotive with connected cars, it could be healthcare, it could be utilities for smart grid, it could be even insurance with pay-as-you-drive models, right, with a SIM card in your car. So we believe that the industry DNA that SAP has across 25 industries will enable us, will make us a particularly relevant partner as operators look for new use cases, new scenarios, new models to engage with these different industries. So that's one thing, and we're very bullish in this, and we're working with a lot of the customers that are actually in the room at TIA during the next 2 to 3 days. Cloud services is also something that is very interesting to us. It's clear that a number of operators are investing in data centers, are looking at becoming a provider of cloud services. And we've seen a number of examples to date, the most recent one being China Telecom, for example, who committed to delivering with SAP HR solutions to the SMB market in China. Examples of operators very interested in leveraging our cloud solution assets to drive revenue. Clearly, mobility is also a domain where we believe that there is a lot of room for us to partner with operators as operators offer managed mobility services to their enterprises and their customers. And we believe that there is also a number of other areas like subscriber data monetization that could be interesting avenues for operators to explore to drive revenue. I mean, it's a pretty sensitive domain in the sense that there are privacy issues, but when you think about the power that is in understanding where subscribers are at different points in time based on their location, so geolocation information, coupled with the possibilities, the commercial possibilities associated to that information, we believe that there is a number of new models that will be created and will be developed in the years to come, and we intend to be an active participant in that area as well.
Underlying all of these challenges and opportunities is the explosion of data demand, which certainly affects SAP's business. How are you helping telcos deal with the surge in data growth?
Yes, Deborah, that's clearly a big challenge and a huge opportunity for operators. The ability to make sense and to create insight from this big data. Now, this big data is clearly coming from a number of areas. We talked earlier about the geolocation information that is captured throughout a day for all subscribers, wireless subscribers of all operators in the world. There is more and more unstructured data being managed, Facebook comments, tweets, that are coming in and surging and can be leveraged if done properly. So that combination of massive structured data and with unstructured data offers huge opportunities to do what? To better serve customers, to anticipate their needs, to understand their sentiment, to predict what they're going to do. That's on the customer domain. On the network side, you can also do potentially predict failure, understand points of congestions, understand which, let's say, tower to fix based on traffic and based on your understanding of who is on that tower at one point in time. So there is huge benefits, right? And we clearly see this, and big data for SAP is the major vertical investment that we're going to make in 2015 and 2016 in order to continue to invest and deliver targeted solutions for operators to make sense of this big data. One aspect is clearly how do you leverage the value of context? How do you understand, how do you make the right decision at the right point in time based on a real-time analysis of the contextual domain that a subscriber may find themselves in, right? Is this customer a coffee lover, and are they constantly walking by a Starbucks or a coffee store? Yes or no? Can I make an offer or a coupon, etc., to this individual customer? Obviously, if they opt in, that's a model that is available. That's on the consumer side. On the businesses side, it's clear that there is an aspect which is what some people refer to as non-human data, which is also huge, which will be fueled by IoT, which we spoke about earlier, and which will drive a massive amount of data coming from sensors that will all day long push data ready to be consumed, ready to be added to value-added solutions to deliver extra benefits to customers or businesses. So we see the big data domain as huge in many areas. One is to enable operators to better understand their customers and better serve them. Two is to help them make the most of new opportunities such as IoT, right? And three is to drive new revenue streams, probably in means that are not even thought about today. But big data will likely be a catalyst to combine and correlate all sorts of data sources that we can think of to accelerate the generation of new revenue streams for operators.
Thank you so much for talking with us today, Stéphane.
Thanks, Deborah. Thanks for having me.